Well, so far the summer of 2022 has turned out to be some massive screwing around.
Oh, we've had a lot of fun.
Sometimes involving trains, sometimes involving cars, but also quite often involving working on the projects at the garage.
Exactly. Look at this one.
Oh, we'll have to get people caught up here. We have been working on the Garden Railroad, as you can see. And some progress is being made, more than you see here in these pictures.
Right.
But slowly but surely, it's advancing.
Yes, it's evolving, advancing, all kinds of stuff.
And we're just about now to run trains inside the garage. I've been working on some figures for the railroad.
It figures.
It figures. Well, human beings, it wouldn't be a railroad without human beings.
Oh, no, not even.
And as Steve has pointed out many times, it's, well, you can never have too many people on your railroad. And in this case, we need a lot of locomotive crew. So that's what I've been focusing on mostly, is locomotive crew.
Right. So while you were doing this, I was doing this little project.
Yes, indeed. Well, you've been working on a couple of projects.
I have.
This is your travel trailer.
Exactly. It's an ideal travel trailer. And this one is a mobile home. This is not a travel trailer, but a vintage I Love Lucy long trailer.
The long trailer. Da, 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 da.
Yeah,
the
exactly.
Music
That's,
from that
that's
movie.
the one right there.
That's the one. I was surprised on Facebook how many people of a certain age don't know the difference between a mobile home and a travel trailer.
Right, they want to take this one camping. It's like, good luck hauling that up in a mountain. It's 10 feet wide by 50 feet long. And granted, some of the homes today are big, but not something like this. It's not self-contained, not intended to go camping. This one is. So on both homes, I used balsa wood because it's easy to work with. It's lightweight and carves out easily.
Well, and we have a lot of it.
We do. This one I started the same way, but you can see it's quite long. It's a tandem axle, and the sides and all of it's balsa wood. So I covered the outside first in just aluminum repair tape to make it more authentic, because most of these mobile homes were covered in aluminum, like this one here.
So where did you find this picture?
Online. I just was looking for pictures of these old vintage pre-60s mobile homes. I really like making the interior on these because they're quite interesting. These older mobile homes, they utilize every square inch of space.
Well, and I've always found that the interiors are funner to do than the exteriors.
Right, just use the imagination and the internet to get pictures.
Well, and there's a lot more going on inside a building than there is outside.
Right. So I actually constructed this underneath. It's just like a real mobile home with the framework. You live in one of these things, you learn how they're put together from top to bottom.
Well, we've both lived in these things.
Right, and I've lived in one, a really old one, just like this one at one time. Well, so the whole process that I do is just kind of rough things in where I want them, and I keep adding things and changing them because I'm never quite happy.
Well, I do the same thing, but for different reasons. I screw up.
I do too. I do that quite a bit.
But it is a process of try this and try that, trial and error until it looks like the thing you want it to look like.
Exactly. Now, one of the things I love to do is install lights. It's so much fun to have them light up.
Well, I've often thought that any structure really comes to life when you turn on the interior lights.
Exactly.
That's a very exciting moment.
Next, I wanted to make the roof detachable, so I built the roof trusses just about how they are in a mobile home. They look just about like that. Sans the wiring.
Yeah, because you wouldn't want to run the wiring.
No, I couldn't get the roof off in that case. So I ran the vent pipes up through the roof, the water heater and the furnace, and that helps me put the roof back on and locate the position where it needs to go. So just like on a real mobile home, they had to have a tin roof.
And tin's expensive.
Oh, it is, yes, especially for this one.
And they used to use that on locomotives.
Right, it's probably the same idea. I've always thought there's a similarity between rail cars and mobile homes. I don't know.
There really is.
Yeah.
And my model of Eureka and Palisade number 4 has a tin roof.
Yeah.
Because the real Eureka and Palisade number 4 has a tin roof.
Right. It's always fun to peek through the doors. Right here is the furnace inside the hallway. Now we're peeking through the living room right here, and we can see the sofa.
Now, it's perfectly all right to peek through the windows on models.
Right.
Model structures. Don't do that in real life.
No.
No. Anyway, here's a fun view.
Right into the kitchen area from the living room window. So it does come with real working doors, and what you see there is the screen door on these older mobile homes. The screen door went in after the main door.
That's kind of backwards.
Yeah, it is, but it's all meant so they can haul them down a road. And the joy of working on something like this is I just keep changing things. I put it together and decide, oh, I don't like it that way, and I change it up for something else. So this time I added some other things, like some dishes to be washed and dried.
Those are just so teeny tiny.
Right, they are bead caps for jewelry.
We need to keep in mind this is an O-scale model.
Right, the little dishes there on the shelf are technically seed beads. And the coffee mugs and all of that are seed beads.
I love the wing chairs. Well, they're not really wing chairs. They're just mid-century.
Yeah.
I don't know what you call those.
We had them when I was a kid. And of course this is Dolly. She is a jewelry kittle, so keep in mind that she's less than an inch tall.
Teeny, teeny, tiny.
Right, she fits in there really nice though.
Well, she looks right at home.
She does.
So now you've got 2 homes for your park.
Right, the one in the background's a Woodland Scenics.
Yes, one of those double-decker jobs.
Right. So here's my landscaping, and of course I went so far as to put the leveling blocks underneath the home.
Well, it'll tip over without
Oh
it.
man, it won't sit level and it'll wobble every time you take a step. So the gravel pad is actually a piece of sandpaper as well as the pavement out front. I just painted that black to make it look like pavement. And I just used some of that fake turf grass for the lawn. So in order to avoid the mass confusion that was going on, some of the commenters that they wanted to go camping in this, I thought, no, I'm going to build a camp trailer to show the difference. So this is similar to the one that we had when I was a kid. I even made the refrigerator for it. So again, I covered the balsa wood over with aluminum repair tape to make it look really authentic.
Well, it does.
Yes, exactly.
Aluminum as aluminum.
Right. So again, I put a full interior on this one, and as you can see, it just has a little bed in the back and a table that actually would fold down and make a second bed. It's just like one room, basically.
Well, at any rate, it's coming right together.
It sure is. It's needing some windows, but yeah, I'm happy with it.
It's...
Well, I hope you like the new trailer for the channel.
Oh.
It brings back memories, I'll tell you what.
Well, if you haven't been over to the channel, please pop over to the channel. And if you're not a subscriber, you can fix that by clicking on the upcoming blue button. Zoink!
There it is.
Right there. Well, we're not sure how you found this video on the internet. We hope you didn't find it boring. And we will see you on Sunday as we're shooting some video.
We are.
Bye-bye.
Bye.